somehow particles met each other. So the BTs and the beaches and the beach things living in that dimension always existed there, or theoretically they always existed there. The stuff in the notes were saying that this isn't concrete and this isn't exactly what happened, but this is kind of the consensus of where the theories lie within the scientific community in the game. And it said that the Death Stranding happened maybe when particles suddenly met each other. Maybe when these two... Sit down for a second, Sam. This is going to take a while. You might want to skip ahead as well if you don't want to hear all this stuff, but I found it fascinating to try and understand some of the story. It apparently was that the Death Stranding happened when the two dimensions kind of interacted with each other for the first time. Something happened to make them collide. And when they collided, shit went wild. Because there were so many people, and if a beach thing is basically you in the other dimension, or something in the other dimension. It's a mirror image of you, and if that meets you in this current dimension, if Sam met himself in the other dimension, he would create a void out and explode. Apparently that happened when the Death Stranding happened, and everybody ended up connecting with different versions of each other, and particles started interacting with each other that shouldn't have, created mass extinction. Mass explosions, the Death Stranding just fucked the world into a coma. And chiral matter is not affected by time. So that's an interesting aspect of it. That's why the chiral clouds happen. Chiral clouds are basically... I wrote it down in a weird way. It said chiralium clouds excited by gamma radiation. So the same gamma radiation we have here interacting with stuff all the time, apparently the gamma radiation interacted with this dimension, or these chiralium particles, or this... Chiralium particles are basically antimatter. And it's delving into the idea that antimatter was observable for the first time, and observing it and interacting with it basically created void outs and the Death Stranding. And it said that chiralium clouds excited by gamma radiation creates antimatter and BTs. It basically opens up like wormholes into this dimension. And when it mixes with timefall and everything, but the chiralium particles are not affected by time, so that's why it fucks up our dimension. So that was just some of the information that I perused from the interviews it was like interviews with Hartman. Hartman's interviews are the most damning of them all.